Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Mass Effect Legendary Edition. In the last episode, we started exploring the Citadel, at least what bits of the Citadel we had access to at the moment, which we talked to Bailey, Commander Bailey now. Had a chat with him. We ended up talking to Khalisah bin Sinan al-Jalani as well. And picked up side quests and then headed back to the Normandy. And on the Normandy, we had our first dream sequence, a little chat with Liara. We also met Samantha Trainer, specialist Samantha Trainer, and we had a chat with Admiral Hackett about what the plan is. So, we're going to continue to make a round of the ship. And then probably head straight back to the Citadel, because that will actually give us access to more parts of the Citadel. So,
Commander,
that's the plan. I don't think there's anything more back here. Now, war assets. This is something I didn't really go over in the last time. But I might go ahead and take a look at that. I don't know if we'll read through everything, but we have the Alliance Engineering Corps, right? The 103rd Marine Division. All right, Admiral Mikhailovich. We remember him. He had some not nice things to say about the original Normandy back in the first game. The Alliance First Fleet, the Alliance Third Fleet, and the Alliance Fifth Fleet. The First Fleet was stationed near the Karen Relay when the Reapers invaded the Sol system. By the time Admiral Hackett issued the order to retreat its size, once the largest in the Alliance Navy, had been cut in half. Commanding Admiral Inez Lindholm made the painful decision to use a tenth of the fleet's remaining vessels as cover so the remainder could escape. Her gamble paid off as the First Fleet limped out of the relay to rally with the rest of the Alliance forces on the run. Okay, the Third Fleet stationed at Arcturus. The Third Fleet is headed by Admiral Nitesh Singh. When the Reapers came for the station, Singh had already pulled his command ship, the SSV Logan, back to an ideal firing position for its mass accelerator cannons. The Dreadnought's guns managed to slow down a destroyer before it could demolish the Third Fleet, but Singh was forced to retreat in the face of overwhelming opposition from the Reapers. Okay, and the Fifth Fleet. The Fifth Fleet became famous across the galaxy after spearheading Alliance forces at the Battle of the Citadel, which we actually held them back, so they did not take as heavy losses as they would have. It was guarding Arcturus Station when the Reapers attacked. After a bloody and desperate battle, Admiral Hackett gave the order to retreat, sacrificing the entirety of the Alliance Second Fleet to give the Third and Fifth the chance to escape. The Fifth Fleet's engineers are busy repairing its damaged vessels, grimly anticipating a return to Earth and revenge against the Reapers. Alright, we have the SR-2, which by itself provides more points than an entire fleet. And we get updates, for all of the upgrades that we gave the Normandy. We got a few points from all the mineral resources that we got in last game. And we now have Khalisah bin Sinan al-Jalani as a war asset. Westerland News reporter Khalisah bin Sinan al-Jalani reached out recently to her viewers with a wartime plea for unity and cooperation among all galactic species. Her sincerity touched extranet viewers, and donations for war relief efforts are pouring in, both the Alliance and its alien allies. So that's good. And I'll try to kind of check back on that and just take a look at the specifics. But otherwise, there really isn't anybody here yet to talk to. So I'll move on to other areas of the ship. I know we have something we need to do down in the crew quarters. Crew deck. Yep, here's our memorial. Let's see, we have Ashley on there. And Erdnot. Rex. You know, I'm the one who killed him. Legion's on there, yep, because we lost him in the mission to the collector base. Oh, that's just the bathroom. Now, the map will actually tell us where people are. Liara's in her own cabin, and nobody else is anywhere else.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
I was hoping this new council would be a little more helpful than the last one.
The meeting was less than ideal.
Yeah, I'm shocked.
At least the council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
Alright, well, we'll talk to Liara in a second. Let's take a look at what we've got so far. Just the Armor Mod Kit. Baron has persuaded his contacts to ship an Armor Mod Kit to Normandy. Technically illegal in Citadel space, the kit's Omnigel converter and manufacturing fabricator can make a one-time modification to Shepard's armor, improving shield strength or adding thermal clip compartments. Given that we're going to be using a lot of high-powered sniper rifles with limited thermal clip capacity, it might be a good idea to take the ammo bonus. So plus 5%. I don't know how much that's really going to help. So, actually, now that I think about it, we'll just take the shield strength. Alright, Liara.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
So the Protheans never finished it, right?
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
Agreed.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard.
Alright. It's, I guess, a little bit spoilery to talk about, but yes, if not tuned correctly, the catalyst would cause all of the relays in the entire galaxy to well, not the catalyst, the crucible would cause all the relays in the galaxy to explode, destroying every single star system that they're in. So, yeah, need to know how to properly tune the thing, which is the big question. All right, Liara, anything else to say?
Hello again, Shepard.
Yes. Now, I'm going to see if this glitch is still here. We're going to ask about the information drone first.
You brought your little helper with you?
Its name is Glyph. It helped sort through all the data that led me to the archive on Mars.
It was a pleasure to be of assistance, Doctor.
Glyph's interfaced with the data feeds. Its analytical software should come in handy.
All right.
How much do you know about this Prothean artifact?
Very little. We're fortunate enough data survived to piece together the blueprints. Decoding them will require as many specialists as we can find.
It's that high-tech?
I'd have killed for a glimpse of it during graduate school.
I think they did fix it. Because in the original game, if you ask about the information drone first, it locks the, the target of your character's eyes and head to the drone, and as the drone moves around the room, your character's head keeps looking off to the side while you're talking.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship, impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming. Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus's ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
What kind of distraction?
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Wish I could have seen it. Alright, so, anything else?
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars.
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
Yes, he did.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Now, I wonder if the other thing is... I think they may have also fixed it because also the angles of all those screens would change as you would move your character around. It looks like they did clean it up a little bit.
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Okay, Prothean Notes 2171 through 2185. Glyph, remind me to clean up these old notes. Perhaps reviewing them will lead to something useful for the Prothean device. So 2171, University of Ceres agreed to sponsor me at the Prothean dig on Draterop. Very exciting. Professor Hennel is heading the expedition herself. Maybe I can even ask her for her opinion on my thesis outline. 2174. I believe Dr. Joshon was right to suggest that the Prothean artifacts we unearthed are from the Third Age, not the Fourth. What an embarrassing mistake. At least he seemed to approve of the rest of the paper. Paper on the comparison of Prothean technology to modern Asari circuit logic. Okay. 2183. Part 1. I'm going on the Therum expedition. I never thought I'd gain permission to visit the Prothean ruins there, but the University of Ceres must have secured the funding after all. Not a pack. And that's where we ended up meeting her, is on Therum. 2183, Part 2. Goddess, this human, Shepard, has the key to comprehending the Protheans on an instinctual, subconscious level. If only I could have been there when the commander touched the beacon on Eden Prime. I'll try to learn more about the cipher on board the Normandy. The involvement of the Reapers is troubling, to say the least. Paper on the end of the Prothean Empire with correction notes. And 2185, which is now, I think, 2 years, or no, would have been at the end of 2. Yeah, 2 years after the first game, which is in 2183. Or 6 months after the second. So it'll be like 2186, maybe? I reviewed the old Shadow Broker's footage of the Collectors. It's chilling to know that they're the Protheans' husks. At least nothing sentient could possibly remain after what the Reapers did to them. Alright, message from Operative Farron to the Broker. I made contact with Tazik yesterday. The look on his face was priceless. He's not happy you put me in charge of scouting the Terminus systems, but he's doing a good job of keeping us alive. I've never seen so many pirates and mercs on edge. The black market's unreliable, and it's getting harder to make contact with suppliers. The Alliance won't be able to rely on it as a source of crucible materials for long if things get worse. Some of the other operatives think we should cut our losses now, but I just keep asking them, when did the odds ever stop the Broker? Baron. P.S. I hope you finally got our little friend Droney to stop saying Shadow and Broker out loud in the same sentence to anyone in sight. It would seem so.
Please enjoy your day.
Alright, there isn't anybody else here yet. No, just Liara. And I don't think there's anybody in engineering. Engineer Adams is here. Yes. Okay.
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chalk was contacting me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
So what was the reasoning?
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post.
Yep, fair enough.
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
Alright, let's ask about the Normandy.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means?
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
Alright. Family?
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
Good deal. Alright, and we'll ask about Edie.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
All right, good.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
All right. Now, there is one thing that I do need to do. While I did let my fish die by accident, I did have a hamster. Model Turian Cruiser. Oh, there we go. Model Sovereign. Shadow Broker, ship model. Any others kicking around? I know there's a few more strewn about the ship. I think they're down in the cargo hold. Alright, here we are. I actually have a few things to do down here. Let's talk to the crew first. Cortez.
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
At ease.
Nice to meet you, Lieutenant. What's going on?
Sorry to just jump in, Commander. There's so much to be done, I get caught up in the tasks at hand.
He's always like that. You need to chill out, Esteban.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So, you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo.
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Okay, yep. So return to the Mass Effect 1 method of having a procurement officer on your ship that you can buy stuff from. Alright, well, we'll ask about the M44 Hammerhead.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
No tears will be shed. Alright, we'll ask about the shuttle.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded ESO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
Alright, and we'll ask about this armory.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
Yeah, it was a little odd to have the armory on Deck 2. Alright, and we'll ask about your service record.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So you can fly fighters and fix them.
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement, too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
Alright, and we'll ask about family.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
Fair enough.
Keep up the hard work, but don't kill yourself.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, and let's talk to Mr. Vega.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal, unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Yep. We're going to rescue a Turian Primarch from Palaven.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You come down here for something? Or are you just looking?
Don't need a reason.
It's my ship. I go where I want and talk to whoever I want.
Fair enough. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Sure.
Oh, I can dance.
Okay, Lola. Let's do this.
Don't let my good looks fool you, Vega. I got my share of scars.
You remind me of my old CO.
Oh, yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
No, but that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So, maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn...
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey. Thanks for the dance, Lola.
Lola, huh?
You kinda look like a Lola.
You're cute. So I'll let you get away with it. For now.
That's it. Now you made me blush.
Alright. Oh, play nice. There's the model of the SR-1. There is the robot dog. We actually have 2 shuttles? Apparently. Anything else to say, James?
Hey again. What's up?
Yep. All right. Let's ask about the nicknames.
What's with you and the nicknames?
It's just my way of remembering people. Some people just don't match their names, you know? So I just give them a new one.
So I'm a Lola, huh?
Yeah, my best friend's sister growing up was Lola. Older sister. Hot. Tough.
Right.
All right, and we'll ask about that previous mission.
You mentioned a mission you had against the Collectors. What happened?
Pretty much what I said. Things went foobar, and I was one of the few to make it out. If you want the rest of the story, you're gonna have to get me really drunk, or...
Or what?
That's about it. Sorry, Commander. Just not interested in talking about that. Next topic?
All right. How you doing?
You had a hard time leaving Earth. You still want to head back?
Hell yeah. But I get it now. It's not where I'd be most useful. Not yet, anyway.
We'll get back there.
I know. And I'll do whatever it takes to get us there, Commander.
Maybe no more shuttle crashes.
No promises now that I've gotten the taste for it. Besides, I like to keep Esteban on his toes.
I'm sure we can find you plenty of things to shoot. In the meantime. Any family?
You got family back on Earth?
Yeah, an uncle. Retired military. Got a few cousins I haven't heard from in a while.
You and your uncle close?
Yep. He was the reason I joined the Marines and was about the only good thing in my life after my mom died.
No dad?
He's there. Somewhere. But I'm not sure I'd call him family. Not anymore. I would like to find out how my uncle's doing, though.
Alright, and we'll ask about Cortez.
I take it you and Lieutenant Cortez know each other?
Yeah, Esteban did a stint on Fel Prime where me and my squad were stationed. I caught up with him on Earth a few months back. He's a good guy. Just don't tell him I said so. It'd go to his head.
Alright then.
I'll talk to you later.
You bet.
Alright, let's just double check and make sure that Cortez doesn't have anything more to say.
Good to see you, Commander.
Nope. Okay, well, that seems to have taken up all the time for the episode. I'll do a few things off screen here, like set up my mods and my armor, and maybe do a little shopping here. But we really need to get back to the Citadel before I do the shopping, so that'll be next time. So for now, we'll stop here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.